You want to introduce this one?
Yeah, so oh, you're not done.
No, sorry, I didn't expect you to just go.
I'm not normally very good at that. On this week's episode of whatever we've called it, insert here. I don't know, yapping. So we're actually really big fans of the Terrifier franchise. Love it. It's a really interesting take on a slasher film. However, we started liking Terrifier after obviously all them being out already.
Yeah.
So Terrifier 3 is the first time. Obviously, Terrifier 2 wasn't allowed in the cinema, so that really wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah.
And Terrifier 3 is the first time we got to go see it on cinema. We got to go see it on release day. And
we were gassed.
Because not only that, then out of nowhere, we just decided on the morning to go do a double. So we went and watched Substance first.
Yeah.
You'd already seen it.
Yeah.
I hadn't. So, and it was like 3 hours long as it was. So long. I was down for the toilet at the end, and I was like, I looked at Kim and I was like, is there long left? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I'm going to go now.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Substance, there's not a point you can go to the toilet in that film. Like, sorry.
I accidentally picked the only point you probably could go to the toilet for me.
Yeah.
Like, Kim would have been devoed if she'd gone to the toilet when I did. But for me, not bothered. At all. By accident. I just couldn't wait anymore. I was like, I've got to go. And then I'm not joking, immediately after, we were in the same cinema, in the same seats. And we literally just went out, toilet, straight back in. Loved it.
Yeah.
And we were so excited. The cinema was full. It was really nice seeing like a full cinema for horror release, like a horror film release.
Yeah.
Really nice. It happened on like a Friday night as well. And the crowd seemed alright.
Yeah. I mean, we were very aware. Well, I don't think we were quite aware how hardcore the Terrifier fandom was until we went. Like, when we had that break in between two films, so what, there was like half an hour something
if that.
But like when you went out to the toilet, there was already fans waiting to go in, weren't there?
Yeah, on like seats that were you already picked, and there was still like 40 minutes left for the Substance, and then like the 20-minute break. So there was like another hour to get started.
Yeah, and they were like
waiting outside in the little like they did look so cutesy in the little Terrifier merch. So like some of them had some really nice stuff on. Yeah. It was adorable. I just don't know if I could love art the way some people do. We've made videos about like joking about how he's like a domesticated king, and like we can have little tee-hee jokes, but at the end of the day, he's a nasty ass person.
Yeah, he's not.
Person's a loose description of what he is, by the way.
Yeah.
In the later films, anyway.
Yeah.
But these people seem to like actually like relate with him.
Yeah. The vibe was strange and not what we were expecting.
Like, don't get me wrong, right? So there's a bit in it. I don't want to spoil anything for you, which is really rare for us. But there's a bit in it, and it's shocking. You'll have heard the internet talk about it. And if you're a horror fan, you probably have gone and seen this. It's worth the watch. Go see it. It's a great film. But there's one bit in it, right, that's so shocking, and it's supposed to shock you. You're not supposed to relate with it or find any other emotion in it. It is pure shock factor. Like literally, like our mouths were like hanging open. And I could barely breathe just because I didn't expect it to happen. And there was like people like whooping and cheering and laughing.
Yeah, so Terrifier, they're all a very roller coaster ride of what you're experiencing. It's supposed to make you shocked, supposed to make you laugh, supposed to make you want to vomit.
It pushes the boundaries of horror for a reason.
Yeah, it's an up and down. However, there were people laughing at things that weren't designed to make you laugh, and it was very uncomfortable for us, for me especially. Like, so, I mean, the big debate is that this Terrifier movie kills kids, which is a whole thing on its own. Everyone's been debating it. Hundreds of movies have done it before, but for some reason, for Terrifier, it's blown up as an issue. And the kids dying scenes are part of the shock factor. There are some of the things that are pushing those boundaries and making it a new horror.
Because it's normally a no-go.
Yeah.
And if it does happen, it's off camera, it's happened in the background, and it just acknowledges maybe that a kid has died at the hand of a villain, blah blah blah. You never see it happen.
Yeah. And in this film you don't see it happen. You see some aftermath.
I suppose you kind of see the big one though.
You see the aftermath. And the screams. But the point being, that's not funny. To no one that should be funny. There were people cheering, whooping, laughing hysterically.
Like when they were all going to the toilet, they were like, yeah, rock on. And like honestly, so they give us such school shooter vibes. We hit, and we were sat next to the loveliest of people, might I add.
Oh, we got so lucky.
Honestly, we got so lucky. I had like a lovely little cinema worker. He obviously just finished his shift, and there was a seat empty, and he was just sat next to us. And you had a lovely couple on the other side of you. And we all of us, you could say, laughed at the same time, quiet at the same time, somber at the same time. Like we felt the emotions, how it was probably portrayed. You should feel them. And obviously, we're not going out and telling anyone like you should feel this when you watch it. Like people's brains are wired differently. Yeah. But if you think it's hilarious killing children, maybe keep it to yourself.
Yeah, and it's very, like, when we watch this, people that I think we would consider sane-brained, like, it's obvious to us that this is not a comedy film. And what Art's doing is incredibly wrong. He's a villain, and that's for a purpose. But it does raise those questions when you're like, is horror movies like this allowing violence and things to become normalised?
But that's like a deeper. I don't think so. I will shut that down. I don't think it'll make it normalised. It's the same argument that people have been saying for years. Like, does playing COD create more gun violence in America because it promotes the use and like the appeal to guns and kids? No. And I don't think it does.
Yeah, no, I agree. But with this, like, what I'm saying is, like, so this, I don't think that films increase violence, but this is the stuff that's going to fuel those views. Seeing people laugh that Art the Clown kills someone is going to fuel those views. And the thing with Art is, most villains you think of, when they kill people, they don't laugh. They're not enjoying it, but Art does, and it's like, is that an invitation for the audience to laugh with him at the killing? Which for us is obviously like, yeah, if you take it on a ridiculous level. But the people in the cinema we were in very much seemed to be enjoying it.
Yeah, they 100%, like, as I said, like before, they were resonating with the actual, like with Art himself. They were resonating with what the clown was doing. And don't worry, he's a clown. He's stupid and hilarious. Even when he is being nasty.
Yeah.
He is. How can you take someone who looks like that seriously?
Yeah.
But he's still a nasty man who does nasty things.
Yeah.
And I think it's wild that grown-ups can't tell the difference. Or even refuse to acknowledge the difference, I think is the main issue. I think they know what's right and wrong. We were all raised the same way. Close enough. I need to lighten the mood. We're very serious there. We're very passionate about this specific subject. We came out of the cinema, like, film was amazing. We loved it. Loved every aspect of it. But we felt really deflated at the human population.
Yeah.
That was the real horror.
Yeah, it was really. So I was wearing a Terrifier shirt that you got me for my birthday. It's like the Dead Cats Club one with the cat on, and it's so cute. And then and I was so excited, and there was even this girl that had the same t-shirt as me, and we were like, ooh, we got the same one. And then I walked out, and I was like, I never want to wear this in public again. I don't want people to view me that way.
Yeah, we'd never been in public seeing the screening of it and stuff, and I did feel really icky afterwards, being in the same. Don't get me wrong, most of the cinema was so normal. This is a very select few group of people, but obviously they were just so loud and obnoxious. It didn't help, I think they were drinking and stuff as well, which, fair enough, have you drink at the cinema, it's a Friday night. But it kind of it upset our viewership of it, and then the more you deep dive it online, we found the more negative things coming out that we didn't want to hear, with a lot of people feeling like the small group in that cinema.
Yeah.
But I think what really helped for me though is literally a week later going to For the Love of Horror and seeing so many people just be normal about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, were we just overreacting? Did we get a bad screening? Because obviously it was opening night. If we had gone a few days later,
yeah, it could have been completely different.
It could have been completely different. Because obviously we have gone on the one viewing, the die-hard fans will go.
Yeah.
So did we really have any business being there?
Great. Yeah, we're big fans. We have lots of respect for Damien Leone and what he's doing. And this movie's broken all, like, they're not, like, this was number one. This independent, not advertised film.
That wasn't allowed. The sequel wasn't allowed in cinemas last time.
Yeah.
And then it's being plastered all over the front of cinemas.
Yeah.
For the third one. The third one taking off like this is incredible.
Yeah, just getting more popular as it goes on. Crazy.
Insane.
So I wouldn't say that we didn't have business being there.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those eye-opening things that, and even if it is a small percentage, the people that aren't in that fandom, that's what they'll lock it into and be like, see, that's why Terrifier's not good. That's why it's too much and it needs to be banned, blah, 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 blah.
Well, I suppose it's kind of like, I was thinking, it's almost the same concept of, it's kind of like when I didn't want to watch horror films ever to start with. And I was always like, I don't like gore for the sake of gore. But I didn't understand it. It's different. So we started watching all the Saws. And then like Kim was talking me through like all the effects that they use. And then you start seeing the artwork in the gore. So the gore is not for gore's sake. But imagine people who don't watch horror, who had the same perspective and outview that I did, hearing about this on the TV. Like there was when they invited the non-horror people to the preview.
Oh yeah.
And they were like throwing up and people left and it's like, this is not for people, this isn't even for your casual horror viewer. This is out there. This is, if you love gore, this is for you. This is, can we say gore porn?
I've used it before on this channel.
Fantastic. This is gore porn at its highest without going to like hostile.
Yeah.
Like, because there's still a story, like there's still stuff happening. I think this is as far as gore-wise you could take it while actually trying to tell the story in a film.
Yeah,
And they find like the good balance between that. And I really liked actually how, because our issue with the second one, it's so long. We've seen it twice, and that second watch through was painful, right? But not like for all like the arty bits and stuff. And when Art was on the screen, he was doing his thing, and again admiring the practical effects and whatnot, we were loving it. But 2.5 hours for a film like of this caliber, it's rough.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad they like scaled it back to like the hour-and-a-half area, because I think for a slasher like that's pretty much perfect.
Yeah, to be fair, any movie that's over 2 hours, I look at it and go, no matter the genre. So when it's a horror especially, it's, oh god. But it's good. It's good. We're not saying it's not good.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
But it's too long. So yeah, so...
That was alright actually. That's the most serious conversation. I think that's the closest to a critical review you are ever going to get off anything from us. I've never spoken that eloquently about a film.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a shame. Like, and now, like, God, how long has it been since it came out?
Yeah, and that's what I say, like,
months. Like, I feel better about it now.
Yeah, well, no, it's been our month. It was a month yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, now it's been a bump.
A bump?
It's been a bump. And we've been away from those fans in the cinema. As well, when we were saying, like, it was a few people. It wasn't like a group, it was like scattered out.
It was a few groups.
So yeah, being away from those people and being, when we went to For the Love of Horror, obviously everyone seemed very, very, as they should be about this film. They didn't just think it was a pure comedy. So seeing that part of the fandom was lovely, like the real horror people. And then obviously listening to Catherine and Jenna.
Yeah.
From Terrifier was great as well.
That was really good. And then we heard from Mason and...
We're so bad with names, sorry. Sienna's aunt.
Yeah, Sienna's aunt. I'm so sorry. You won't see this, but I'm sorry. And then we heard from them, but this was again only like 6 days after it was released or something. So they were doing like spoiler free, and like you're there and you're at these conventions and they're doing these talks with them. And you're like, but I want to hear the
juicy
nitty gritty
details,
shit. Like,
yeah.
so it made me be interested if they'll do it next year, or as you say, there's the HorrorCon.
HorrorCon, yeah, I think they might be. I don't think they've come to HorrorCon. It's sort of like a lesser known one.
Well, maybe next year they can bring people from like Terrifier 3 back and actually talk about it in depth.
That'd be cool.
That'd be nice. Because I get why they want to do it spoiler free, but
yeah.
some people should have just gone and seen it.
Yeah. There's plenty of time before the convention.
But yeah, so
a week.
Just to say, like, if you've been as well, like, feel free to let us know in the comments, like, what you think. Because you might have had, like, a completely different experience to us.
Yeah, please let us know.
We could only be in one cinema at one time, so if you were there, or if you even feel the same way, just let us know.
Yeah. Or if you think Terrifier is awful and should be banned.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Any
that as well,
opinion.
any.
Pretty much.
We're very, as much as we can be really judgmental in our views.
We're very,
we are
open.
very open-minded. Yeah, sometimes we might come across a little judgmental. Sorry, that's just because where we're from. Like,
born and raised haters, like, but quite nice.
Quite
so
nice. We are nice, promise.
Don't let us scare you.
Yeah.
But awesome.
But what?
Awesome.
Oh yes, yes, awesome.
Are we done?
Yeah. Yes,
Sweet.
That was good.
Come on, let's go. That was actually sick. That might be my favourite thing we've done.
Yeah.
No, I lie. Trick or treat was.
Please go watch our trick or treat video.
Oh, it's
if you have
flopping so hard.
If you've got this far.
Yeah, because if you've got this far, you must like us. You love us drunk.
Yeah, we're the best part. Even if you just want to skip to the reviews bit where we are drunk,
We even have the drunk review of Scream on its own somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, worth a watch. You're here. Subscribe whilst you're here as well, please. It really, really helps.
Bye.